Hi. How are y'all doing? I wanted to jump on a live and talk about Shadeur Sanders, who is surprise, and I really do mean surprise, who will be starting in the preseason game on Friday against the Carolina Panthers. Now, y'all, I smell a setup. I feel like Cleveland Browns. I feel like they are setting Shadeur Sanders up. And we've watched what has happened to Shadeur Sanders from the draft until now. We know he was expected to go in the first round. He ended up being a fifth round draft pick at number 144, I believe. As a fifth round draft pick on a team that has four quarterbacks, he's not getting a lot of reps. I've heard a lot of explanation about how training camp goes and how, team one gets X number of reps, team two gets X number of reps, team three, and so on and so on and so on. So needless to say, a fifth round draft pick, even though he should not have been a fifth round draft pick, can we all say collusion? Okay. Is not going to get those many reps during training camp. So he was done dirty in the draft. He should not have gone in the fifth round. He was picked at 144 by the Cleveland Browns. He has gotten limited reps. And from an article I saw, he had yet to take a first team snap during training camp. So no snaps. Maybe he's taking a few now since they're going to put him out there on Friday in front of the world. But this article that was written on August 6th, which is today, which is right, that's today, said he has yet to take a first team snap during training camp. Okay. So he's expected to start the open on Friday. It's been announced now he's the starter. There's injuries with a couple of the other quarterbacks, and of course Flacco, who is the starting quarterback, is 40-something years old, and it's not abnormal for your starting quarterback, especially somebody that old, to kind of chill in preseason anyway. They have enough intel. The Browns has enough intel on Flacco. There's no need to risk him out there. So now, with the injuries to Kenny Pickett and the Dylan Gabriel, and Joe Flacco's not going to be out there, they brought in this guy named Tyler Huntley, who spent some of the 2024 offseason in Cleveland as another option for quarterback. And I don't know if that's just for this particular contest that's coming up this weekend or if that's longer term. Who knows? Who knows what Cleveland's doing? You know who else doesn't know what Cleveland's doing? Cleveland. Poor record, poor history with quarterbacks. And let's not even talk about the Deshaun Watson fiasco. But having said all of that, Shadeur Sanders draws a lot of attention. He also has a tremendous amount of support. And even the owner of the Cleveland Browns came out, what was it, last week? And made some slick shade comment about, when he went home that Friday night, you couldn't have told him that they would be picking Shadeur, but that was somebody else's decision. Why say that? Why say that? Why throw that shade? So when I tell you these owners, and how appropriate, these owners were in collusion on this Shadeur Sanders thing, they absolutely were, in my opinion. But having said all of that, Shadeur Sanders has been positive. He has been classy. He has, been just a rock, emotionally stable, mentally stable, looking nothing more than looking like a team player, looking like a team captain. There's positive energy, doing things in the community in Cleveland. It's remarkable. It is absolutely remarkable how Shadeur Sanders has upheld himself with all of the mess that has been going on around him. Because I'm going to tell you what, he's better than most. Because that's a lot. That's a lot to have to take and take it the way he's taking it. So my hat is off to him. But I do believe this is a setup. I do believe this is a setup. I think the Cleveland Browns themselves are setting him up. They have not allowed this young man, who was clearly nobody's legitimate 5th round pick, to even have a better shot even in training camp to get the kind of reps he would need. And for them to now all of a sudden throw him out there on Friday as the starting quarterback. This is a setup. This is a pure setup. Okay. So there's a lot of commentary around this. There are many people who feel as if this is indeed a setup, from commentators to sports fans like myself, who you could just see it. It's not hard to smell this rat. It's not hard to smell this rat at all. So I'm going to share my screen and look at some of the coverage that this decision has gotten. And we'll talk a little bit about it. So you better believe also, let me just say this before I play this clip. If you follow NFL football, one thing you know about preseason, the scrimmages and all of it is normally where, it's what a scrimmage is supposed to be. You're testing out people, trying to see. A lot of times it's about seeing who's going to make the final cut of the rosters. We may be curious, depending on our given team, to see if there's any kind of anything going on, maybe with maybe some new people we got on the team, what kind of chemistry is going on. But for the most part, we're just ready for them to get through these scrimmages and get to the real season. You better believe Friday, when Cleveland Browns are playing against the Carolina Panthers, that this will probably be the most highly rated preseason game ever. Ever. And why is that? Because all eyes will be on Shadeur Sanders. And while there is a tremendous number of people who will be looking at that game on Friday, who will be rooting for Shadeur Sanders, pulling for Shadeur Sanders, hoping that Shadeur Sanders can go out there with the time he's allotted and show the out. There's also a lot of people who are out there hoping for the opposite. We're not going to give them any time right now on this live, because we are rooting for Shadeur Sanders to be successful, especially in this effed up situation that he's been put in. So let's take a quick listen at this clip, and we'll talk about it.
This is his shot. Yeah. This is it. I mean, I don't mean just this one game, but I'm saying this is his chance. Even though it looks like he's been practicing well, what we talked earlier, like it just seems like they don't want to give him the shot to really move up. Well, they have to now. And I salute them for not. I think to start Tyler Huntley in this game would have just been like, it would have either been insulting, or he is just light years away from being ready to play in an NFL game. And so I'm glad he's getting a start. I said earlier, maybe he plays a half, Huntley plays. If he's playing well, he's going to play 3 quarters at least. Well, it looks like he's going to play. Right. Yeah. That's like a minimum at this point. But this is his opportunity to really distance himself from Gabriel for sure. And if you look at all 6 of their quarterbacks, he's the only one, with all due respect to Dylan Gabriel, who even remotely could be like their quarterback of the future. Like no one else is their guy of the future. This
is why I'm hoping that when Shadeur Sanders gets his time out there, that he does well with the time that he's given. I hate that every single effed up foul thing, no reps with the first team at all during training camp. All of that is now leading to this moment because it didn't give him the opportunity and the reps he need to go into that moment in order to just, I guess, for all of us to be even more excited about what we're going to see. It feels like he's being thrown to the wolves. Now, how we know Shadeur Sanders' mentality is, how his dad is, how he has a whole huge supporting family and other players who support him. You know, he may go out there Friday and do all the things that we who support him want to see. You know, just to shut down, just to shut up the haters. But the part about this that bothers me a lot is that if he doesn't, there's going to be this chorus that is going to start saying, well, we told you so. We told you he wasn't all of that. We told you he wasn't that great. We told you that he should have been drafted. And you know who would be the chorus I'm really talking about? Forget these fans and these keyboard gangsters. I'm talking about these owners. Owners who will then feel that they weren't colluding after all. It was a righteous decision that was made, and we all know that that is BS. So this is just a lot of pressure for Friday. Let's see. I think it was more to this clip.
This is it. I mean, I don't mean just this one game. He's getting a start. I said earlier, maybe he plays a half, Huntley plays. If he's playing well, he's going to play 3 quarters at least.
Well, it looks like he's going to play.
Right. Yeah. That's like a minimum at this point. But this is his opportunity to really distance himself from Gabriel for sure. And if you look at all 6 of their quarterbacks, he's the only one, with all due respect to Dylan Gabriel, who even remotely could be like their quarterback of the future. Like no one else is their guy of the future. This is his shot.
So, and another thing that I'm starting to see too with this whole Cleveland Brown situation, I've even heard people start to say, well, who knows if Shadeur is even going to make the final cut of the roster, or if he or another quarterback might make the final cut, because Cleveland Brown has way too many quarterbacks. However, the Cleveland Browns also need to be looking for a long-term quarterback solution. So they might just wait and, hope to get Arch Manning. I think that's the child's name, Arch Manning, or Sellers. Although I thought Sellers with Carolina is not. I didn't think he was ready to graduate. Although I don't know. I know you could go to the draft early, but when they said that name, unless they're talking about another Sellers, because I automatically thought about the Carolina Gamecocks quarterback. But started talking about other kids who are in college right now who the Cleveland Browns might be looking towards for like their future quarterback. And I just thought, this is so messed up. You have not even given Shadeur Sanders a chance. You have not even given him the reps that he needs to go out there and be able to show you what he has. And now there's already conversations about waiting on the Manning kid. Y'all, do you not see what this is? So I was looking at some of the comments over here with this clip we just watched, and this person says they have refused to let him have first team reps, and then they will just throw him out there to start. They are setting him up to fail. I really hope he succeeds. I do too, because they are literally setting him up to fail. Somebody else said full support. Let's go, bro. Definitely a setup. The Browns should be ashamed. Although they want him to fail, but he's going to succeed. Another person said this might be a setup. The only reason the Browns are relevant right now only is because of Shadeur Sanders. I do feel like it's a setup, but I also feel like Shadeur is anointed and God is going to handle this come Friday. It has not been a coincidence that he's been the best quarterback in camp, even with them screwing him over. What God has for you, no man can take from you. He will succeed. Okay? I'm with these comments. I'm with all of these comments I just read. All of these comments. So let's take a look at another clip of a person addressing this situation.
When it comes to NFL football, man, let's keep it 100. Nobody cares about NFL preseason when it comes to fans. We just don't care. We're trying to get to the regular season. And that's no disrespect because the preseason is really for the players. The guys that are just trying to be the third and fourth on the depth chart, trying to make a practice squad, trying to just showcase a little bit of what they got to the organization. Will fans tune in? Absolutely. Are we fully engaged? Absolutely not. But that's okay. But I will tell you this. I will be extremely paying close attention and tuning in to the Cleveland Browns' first preseason game because I want to watch Shadeur Sanders. I'm a huge fan of Shadeur Sanders. I am. Listen, I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan. That's very well documented and well known if you know my page. But I'm going to be tuning into Shadeur Sanders. Shadeur, here to tell you this. You'll probably never see this video, but if you do, young man, go out there and ball out. Ball out. Show this organization that you need to be the guy leading the charge. This is where you put everything that everybody said about you to rest. The naysayers, all the haters, everything. This is the moment for you to go out and do it. I get it. It's the first preseason game, but you got to ball out. Make the risky throw. Take that deep shot. Make a play with your feet. Roll out. Whatever it is, do it. You need to show the world that you should have been a first-round talent because we all know you should have been a first-round talent. There are people out there that are going to say that he shouldn't have been a first-round talent. And I respect your opinion, but I think you're wrong. But I respect it, though. I'm very happy for Shadeur Sanders that he's actually going to be the starter for the preseason opener. I'm excited because I truly hope and pray that he goes out there and absolutely balls out and shows that the Cleveland Browns organization that he should be the guy leading the charge. Because if you look at the stats, if you care about that stuff, from training camp, from passing attempts, pass places to touchdowns, Shadeur Sanders is right there at the top. He's right there at the top. Okay? But let me know what you guys think, Cleveland Browns fans. I know you guys got to be excited for this. I know a lot of Cleveland Brown fans want Shadeur Sanders to lead the charge, but this is his chance to prove to the owner, who literally had to come out and say that he didn't want him, that it was the GM's pick. So, Shadeur, go out there and ball out, man. Be rooting for you tremendously.
Yeah.
When it comes,
I thought that was so messed up what that owner did. First of all, nobody even asked you that and for you to say that kind of crap. So, yes, y'all, let me tell you something. I definitely want Shadeur Sanders to go out there Friday and ball out for sure. But I so wish he did not have to be a part of this team. The owner is trash. The way he's been treated is trash. I mean, I don't know which team he could go to because, in my opinion, they were all in collusion with each other, all of these owners. For this player, Shadeur Sanders, to be the 144th pick, all the owners to me are trash. But this Cleveland Browns owner who made that comment last week about he had nothing to do with picking Shadeur Sanders, it was his general manager's decision. What was the point of that? What was the point of that? And why do you, as the owner of this team, feel the need to pile on to a player, a rookie no less, on your team? Just trash. So I do hope that Shadeur goes out there Friday and balls out, but I hope he balls out for himself, his family, all of his supporters. But really, I'm like F Cleveland Browns. Because like this guy said, the only reason why a lot of us even care about a Cleveland Browns preseason game on Friday is because of Shadeur Sanders. Let's not get it twisted. So Shadeur talked a little bit at a press conference, and he talked a little bit about how his shoulder's feeling. And I think this was the most recent press conference before or the last one that they've had. I don't know if they're going to have another one before the preseason game. But let's take a look.
What's going on, YouTube? This is Mag Dog. He also spoke about again was Shadeur Sanders, the media, much more.
Arm soreness before like that where you've had to take a day off?
Yeah, in college. Yeah, in college it was often. It's just adjusting to starting and stopping. Honestly, that's all it truly is. Sometimes you're going hot, then you'll wait for a second, then you'll get cold, then get back hot, then get cold, and my arm and body wasn't used to that, so it's just an adjustment like within the body, within my arm.
So you'll be back to 100% today?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty mature of you. Not, I guess maybe mature isn't the right word, but for you to self-report, but I know it's hard for you guys to take yourselves out of even one rep when you're in the middle of the competition. So, did you have to debate that at all, or did you just know?
No, of course. It's definitely something in your mind, and I always hear my dad's voice in my mind, all the time because it's always bone or blood. you know his motto and you know his slang with everything. So, of course, I was definitely hearing his voice in the back of my head. But at the end of the day, I want to be productive. I want to give you guys the best work, and I want to be at my best at all times. Did you need an MRI? The MRI for what? I hope I ain't break anything. You did. You didn't have one. Shadeur, you've been buddy. Come on now. Shadeur, you've been told
Tell him, Shadeur.
how you'll be used Friday in the Carolina game. No, I haven't been told that yet. So what are you hoping to get from that game? Reps. I think that's pretty much it. Is reps.
How valuable do you think the reps you're going to get in this first joint practice are going to be as you guys get ready for that?
Yeah, I think every rep I get in general is valuable. You know, we definitely taking things up a notch, I would say, with everything. So every rep, you know, anytime I step on the field, I take it, you know, like it could be my last, because you don't know. There's players that we was just practicing with last week that's not here no more. So like I said, it's more about a bond. It's more about going all out. It's more about, you know, how you'll be remembered, you know.
And where do you feel like your growth has been the most? Is it on the field? Is it in the media room? Is there a specific place where you say, man, I
would say mentally. I would definitely say mentally. Even regardless,
What's going on, YouTube? This is Matt.
So as you can see, Shadeur is being what Shadeur is always, a class act. This is just a really great young man, in my opinion. I mean, like I said, most people would not be able to, especially most young people, would not be able to handle what he has been going through since draft night the way he has. And I say most young people, but hell, most anybody. That's a lot to take when you're supposed to go first round. You end up going fifth round due to some BS that they really got going on with your dad, in my opinion. And at the end of the day, you end up taking a hit for that, you know? And so for him to handle all of that the way he has been fantastic. I am hoping for the best for Shadeur Sanders on Friday. You better believe I will be front and center watching that game just to see what the outcome will be. I am praying. Do you hear me? And I don't mean I'm just saying I'm praying. I am praying for real. For real. That Shadeur goes out there and balls out. So I think with that in mind, you know, I just want to, I know Shadeur Sanders is never going to see my live, but if he were to see this live, this is what I would want to say to him as a nephew. Okay. Shadeur, they might be setting you up because they are trying to set you up. Okay. But what they don't realize is you were built for this. Pressure doesn't break you. It reveals your greatness. So whether they gave you first team reps, which they did not, step on the field Friday and remind the world that your preparation didn't start in spring. It started the moment you were born into this game. You don't just play quarterback. You are one. And let's be real. Since the draft did you dirty, all you've shown the world is positivity, class, and mental toughness. That's rare and that's powerful. But with that being said, you're still human. So I hope you're venting in safe spaces because the crown is heavy, brother. The crown is heavy. And we want the private Shadeur to be doing just as well as the public one. Keep leading, keep shining, and most of all, keep being you. And we're going to love you, Shadeur, whether you ball out Friday or not. All right, y'all. Until the next time. Bye.